life or death struggle against a fearsome dragon ought to be a story for the ages, even if it's just pretend. But too many times it's just meh. Today, we're going to talk about how you can master the art of the epic encounter on Short Rest Studios. Hey there, adventurers. Welcome back to Short Rest Studios. My name is Judd, and today we're beginning a new video series called Epic Encounters Mastering Unforgettable D&D Combat. Over the next 4 episodes, we're going to look at different facets of D&D combat encounters and how you can boost those to make those memorable moments for your party. Today is part 1, building tension. Every encounter needs to begin with tension, with anticipation, maybe a little bit of fear, just not knowing what's going to happen. So where does that tension come from? I think we have to examine 2 different factors. The first one is what's at stake. That's rooted in, at its most basic level, a conflict of interest between your PCs and another party. What is the source of that conflict? Is the fate of the world at stake? Are the bad guys trying to steal a magical amulet that'll help them mind wipe every person on this plane of existence? Is it just the bad guys' payday at stake because their boss won't pay them if they don't kill your PCs? If nothing's at stake, then why are they fighting? If there are stakes, are the stakes high enough that it makes sense for your baddies to risk their lives? You have to ask these questions, and the answers have to be good enough that it makes sense for this fight to happen. The second thing that we have to examine is what triggered this event. Something has to have happened to cause this fight, not just we were walking down the street and they were walking down the street and we fought. Were these goons hired by the BBEG to take your party down? Are they just trying to rob your PCs? Or maybe the bard seduced one of their sisters. We need a compelling event to trigger this fight. Otherwise, the fight in itself is just pointless, and it really adds nothing to the game, and it won't be memorable because it lacks that tension. If you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button down below so that other people get a chance to see what you're seeing, and hit the subscribe button so you can keep up with what I'm doing here on the channel. One of the newest ways that you can support this channel is to head over to my shop and purchase one of these Crit Outta Luck t-shirts. This design was made by yours truly, and you can get these shirts in a variety of colors and a variety of sizes, and it helps me out and it helps me keep doing this channel. And if you use the discount code YouTube, you get 15% off your purchase today. And did I tell you there's free shipping on these shirts? And while you're there, you can take a look around and see what else is on the shop. So we've talked about what creates that tension that we need for our D&D combat to be unforgettable. Now I'm going to give you 3 DM tips to help you build that tension. Tip number 1, foreshadowing. Drop hints and clues along the way that there's a fight coming. Allude to the big bad guy that's waiting in this particular setting. If you have a powerful orc war chief who's led a raid of this village and now holds the villagers under his thumb, make allusions to that as your characters enter town for the first time. Maybe they see the fears in the eye of the people as they walk down the street for the first time. Maybe it's like an old western where people are holed up in the saloon and you can see them looking out the window and then closing the shutters. You know something weird is happening here, something oppressive. It looks like there's a fight coming.
Draw! No!
Or leave clues to the legendary sword that lies entombed in the catacombs under the castle with its master, while an evil wizard and his zombie horde look for it. Leaving these kind of clues along the way creates a sense of anticipation before the battle even begins. Tip number 2, use engaging narration. Use as much descriptive language as you can to paint a picture of the sights and sounds and smells of that creepy dungeon where something bad is definitely gonna happen. Describe the slime oozing down the walls and the haunting distant moans echoing through the corridors. Describe the odor of decay that hangs palpably in the air. Describing these kind of elements can immerse your players in the environment of the battle and give them tools to visualize what's happening and make it that much more real and exciting. In addition to using descriptive language, you want to remind them of the stakes. Let them know that that manticore that they're about to face down is guarding a chest that contains the magic gauntlet that they need to defeat the BBEG. You also want to use your narration to paint a picture of imminent danger. Things like gnawed bones on the floor or threatening dialogue from that creature that they're facing. And my advice to you when you're doing this is write your own box text. You know, when you buy a published D&D adventure, it has box text that is what you're supposed to read aloud to describe the environment to your players. So write your own and use all of these tools when you do it. You don't have to rely on your memory. If I had to rely on my memory, everybody may as well just stay home. So tip number 1 was foreshadowing, tip number 2 was engaging narration, and tip number 3 is add some additional challenges during the fight. So what kind of challenges? Obstacles like puzzles and traps and skill checks. Maybe there's a cryptic lock that they have to open in order to achieve a particular goal while they're being attacked by the enemy. Pulling out creative things like this really helps to build the tension and add to the complexity of the encounter, making it that much more memorable. Well, there you go, adventurers. I've done my homework. I brought you some great tips for creating epic encounters by building tension in your D&D combat. Do me a huge favor, hit that like button down below so other people get a chance to see this video. Hit the subscribe button so you know what's coming next on this channel. Head over to the Etsy shop and support this channel by purchasing one of those Crit Outta Luck t-shirts. And I'll see you next time for part 2 of Epic Encounters, Mastering Unforgettable D&D Combat on Short Rest Studio.